Start it right back up. Genesis chapter 9 and verse 1. Genesis 9 and 20. Lee's still inside. Huh? What's he looking? Genesis 9 and 20. Come on.
And Noah began to be a husband.
Noah began to be what?
A husband.
What happened?
And he planted a vineyard.
He planted what?
A vineyard.
What happened?
And he drank of the wine.
He drank of the wine.
And was drunk.
And he was drunk.
And he was uncovered.
He was
in
what?
his tent. Uncovered.
He was uncovered in his tent.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father.
And what happened?
And told his two brethren without.
So what do y'all think this could mean? Noah did what? He planted a vineyard, right? Then he said he drunk and he became naked. And he was uncovered in his tent. What do you think this could mean? Any of y'all got an idea? Anybody?
I mean, sin.
What do you get? Yeah. The sin was exposed, right? So let's hold on. Psalm 75 and 8. Not even Psalm 75 and 8. Isaiah 51 and 15.
Give it.
Isaiah 51 and 15.
Listen. Get out
Somebody
here.
give
Give
me
it here.
Matthew 26 and 26. Somebody give me Jeremiah 49 and 14.
Put it down.
This ain't gonna take that long. I'll try to make it quick. Isaiah 51 and 15.
I am Yahuwah, thy
what?
Elohim.
You and what?
Yahuwah, thy Elohim, that divided the sea,
That divided the sea.
whose waves roar.
Who raised rule.
Yahuwah Sabaoth is his name.
Uh-huh.
And I have put my words in your mouth,
Go ahead.
and I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand,
Go ahead.
that I may plant the Shemaim and lay the foundations of the Arats, and say unto Zion, thou art my people.
You sit back and realize he covered him in the shadow of his hand. He called that cloud to come up on the stake to lay down the foundation. A chief cornerstone. Come on.
Awake, awake,
Do what?
awake,
Go ahead.
stand up,
Stand up.
O Jerusalem,
Why is that?
which has drunk at the hand of
They
Yahuwah,
drunk what?
at the hand of Yahuwah,
What did he drink?
the cup of his fury.
His cup of his fury.
You have drunken the dregs.
Now you have to keep in mind, what does Noah's name mean? Comfort, rest. Noah drunk rest, drunk a cup of wine and began to be drunken. Come on.
Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out.
And wrung him out.
There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth.
Go ahead.
Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up.
Go ahead.
These two things are coming to thee. Who shall be sorry for thee?
Go ahead.
Desolation, destruction, famine, sword.
Hold on, what came up? What came up? Desolation. Wasn't he destroyed? What else? What else came up?
Famine,
Didn't he sit back and he fasted? Come on, what else happened?
destruction,
Destruction. What else?
the sword.
Didn't he get hit with a sword? Come on.
By whom shall I comfort thee?
Who was what?
Whom shall I comfort thee?
Come on.
Thy sons have fainted.
They what?
They fainted,
Why is that?
because they lie at the head of all the streets.
Go ahead.
As a wild bull in a net.
That's good. Come on, Matthew 26 and 26. We read a little bit too much, but that's good. That man sat back and said he drunk the cup of his trembling, right, of his wrath, of his fury. Come on.
And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it, and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many.
So now he done drunk the cup. He done got drunken, right? When he got drunken, let's see what happened. Drop down about verse 44.
And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then come to he to his disciples and said unto them, sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hand of sinners. Rise, let us be going. behold, he is at hand that do betray me. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came in with him a great
Now realize,
multitude.
you see how he's uncovered in his tent? You see how he uncovered? Come on and read me that Jeremiah 49 and 14. When he drunk that cup, he said, now they're going to come get me. They can come get me now. I'm uncovered in my tent. Now we're going to sit back and see how he uncovered in his tent. Come on, read me that Jeremiah 49 and 14. Get me John chapter 2, verse 18. Get me Matthew 26 and verse 6. Jeremiah 49 and 14. Let's sit back and look how he was uncovered in his tent.
I have heard a rumor
What's the rumor you heard?
from Yahuwah,
What it was?
an ambassador,
Who?
ambassador, is sent unto the heathen,
Go ahead.
saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to battle.
Go ahead.
For lo, I will make thee small amongst the heathen,
I'll make it small amongst the heathen,
and despised amongst men.
despised amongst men. We know about y'all with hate. That's going to make sense in a minute. Come on.
Thy terribleness has deceived thee,
He said your greatness has deceived thee, your awesomeness. Come on.
and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock,
Yeah,
that holds the height of the hill.
yeah.
Thou, though thou should make thyself nest as high as the eagle,
We already sit back and look at it. So you make your nest high as the eagle, or that you dwell in Shamaim. He talking about the cleft of the rock. We know the cleft of the rocks. He said Jerusalem is in the mountain. He talking about the rulership and authority. He ain't talking about no white man. Come on.
I will bring thee down from thence, says Yahuwah.
I'll bring you down. Come on.
Also, Adam, or Edom, shall be desolate.
Desolate.
Everyone that goes by it shall be astonished.
When they astonished at the man, if you be the son of Elohim, come down off that stage. Come on.
And shall hiss at the plagues,
Go ahead.
as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities, says Yahuwah.
Hold on. And we got to the verse where he said he undiscovered Esau's secret part. That's what we came from. What verse? Here's the verse 2.
Behold, I have made
What verse?
Esau bare. 10.
Verse 10. Jeremiah 49 and 2. Come on.
Behold, but I have made Esau bare.
Made him bare, made him naked,
I have uncovered his secret places.
uncovered his secret places. Come on.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
He ain't gonna be able to hide. You just sit back and realize it just said rest, drunk, and he was uncovered. He wasn't able to hide. Come on.
His seed is spoiled.
His seed is what?
Spoiled.
Come on. We already read that when we read James chapter 2 about the seed being spoiled. Come on.
And his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not.
Go ahead.
Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive. And let thy widows trust in me.
That's good. So now we turn around and look at something. We see something, right? How he was uncovered. What did I tell you? John chapter 2, verse 18. They say he uncovered in his tent. You got, Stanley's got Matthew 26 and 60. So he said if he uncovered the secret part, I mean it was sudden he kept quiet. Come on.
Then answered the Chaldean that said unto him, what sign showed us thou unto us, seeing thou doest these
You
things?
see that you do these things,
Yahushua answered and said, destroy this temple,
and he'll do what?
and in 3 days I will raise it up.
He'll raise it up.
Jews said 46 years was this temple and building,
Go ahead.
and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days?
Go ahead.
But he spake of the temple of his body.
So he told he uncovered in his tent then it. So let's read Matthew 26 and 6 and let's see what the secret thing that was revealed.
But found none, yet though many false witnesses came, yet found they none, and at last came 2 false witnesses.
2 false witnesses.
And said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of Elohim and to build it in 3 days.
Go ahead.
And the high priest arose and said unto him, answer you nothing? What is it which these witness against thee?
Go ahead.
But Yahushua held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure you by the living Elohim that thou tell us whether you be the Mashiach, the son of Elohim.
What did he say?
Yahushua said unto him, you have said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, he has spoken blasphemy. What further need have we witness? Behold, now you have heard this blasphemy. What think you? They answered and said, he is guilty of death.
Go ahead.
Then did they spit in his face and buffeted him, and others smote him with the palm of their hand, saying, prophecy unto us, thou Mashiach, who is he that smote thee?
You see what he just did? His secret parts were uncovered. Didn't he tell his disciples to tell no man he was Yahushua the Mashiach? Didn't he tell them, don't tell nobody that? And guess what he turned around and did? When he told them what had happened, he had them drunk. He had them drunken, and now he was uncovered in his tent. He was exposed in his body of who he actually really was. Because you know, a lot of people wonder, what is this story about? What is he talking about? Now these people got mad. Now come on back to Genesis 9. And what verse did you stop at?
You might want to take you don't do that.
Verse 22.
Go ahead. Genesis 9 and 22.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness
He
of the
saw the nakedness. Who know what Ham name means? Hot. Didn't we just read hatred stir up strife? Let's look at John 15 and 22, Troy. So Hot seen his nakedness. He the one who looked upon it. You not realize the people who didn't look upon it was the people who believed in it. The only one that looked upon it was the ones that hated it. Because they were hot with it, they were angry with it. Just like it said in Genesis 37, I said, well, in Songs of Solomon, my mother's brothers envied me, therefore they were angry with me. They were hot with it.
If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin.
Yeah.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
No cloak for their sin.
He that hated me hate my Father.
He that hate me hate my Father also.
If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin.
Go ahead.
But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father.
Go ahead.
But this come to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in the law.
Go ahead.
They hated me without a cause.
They were hot. He was hot with Noah for no reason. Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. You sit back and look at it. It's people who going to be hot with you for the word for no reason. That's why he say, blessed are you when you suffer persecution. When men shall hate you and speak falsely of you for my name's sake. Separate you from their company. You know what I'm talking about? You got to sit back and look at it. Niggas would rather hang with sinners than hang with Kadeshi. That's sad. Sit back and realize, I put it to you this way. You only want to be around what you like. You a sinner, you're going to want to be with a sinner. If you set apart, you're going to want to people who being set apart. If you naive and simple, you're going to be with naive and simple people. If you wise and intelligent, you're going to want to be with wise and intelligent people. If you a hustler, you're going to want to be around other hustlers. If you a killer, you're going to want to be around killers. If you a liar, you're going to want to be with liars. You only going to want to be around people who just like you. You know the hardest thing sometimes for people to do is to sit back and look at that I used to like or want to be like this or be around people like this, but I know that that's not needful for me, and to resist what you're used to doing, to step out in the arena to go somewhere where you're not used to doing. You know what I'm saying? So you sit back and look at, when you fall back in the flesh, your flesh is always want to go back to what it's used to. See, the Ruach wants to pull away from the things that it's used to. But what it's used to is appeasing to you. It's comfortable to you. It makes you happy. Versus sit back and look at the Ruach is going to put you in a state where it will be good for you. It will make you happy, but it's going to cause you to be in an uncomfortable state. That's why he say tribulation works patience. And patience works experience, and experience hope. People don't want the tribulation. They don't want the trouble. Because they don't want to have that experience. They don't want to have that patience. We were talking about earlier. You sit back and look at it. Certain things got to have adversity. For your relationship with Yahuwah to be made great, you're going to have some adversity along the way. It's going to have to be some adversity. You sit back and you're in a relationship and there's no adversity, and there's no way that y'all could actually grow and become one together because you ain't went through nothing. Everything's smooth, everything's great. You sit back and you look at it when you get in a relationship with Yahushua, there's going to have to be some adversity. This is going to prove you out to show my desire is to actually love this person and stick to this person no matter what I experience with them. You know what I'm talking about? No matter the difficulties, no matter the trouble. That's why he say, what shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? It's our peril, it's our tribulation, it's our persecution. And you sit back and you look at that. If you want things smooth, the way of Yahuwah is not for you. Because he said through tribulation we get experience, right? And experience we get hope. Well, through experience, he said through tribulation we learn patience. And through patience, experience. And through experience, hope. So how can you buck the tribulation and you expect to be saved? How is the love of Ali going to be able to put forth in your heart for you to be proved? You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes your faith got to be proved out. Sometimes situations and circumstances occur. Sometimes y'all will take you on a journey just to see how much you trust it, just to see how much you love it. Come on. Second Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with Elohim to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
He said it's a righteous thing for him to recompense tribulation. Now he's talking about people that's persecuting you, people who hot with you, mad with you. Don't you realize we finna sit back and look at it? It was a righteous thing for Noah to recompense tribulation to them that troubled him? To recompense him? Come on.
And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Master Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
Yeah.
Come on,
In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Elohim, and that obey not the gospel of our Master Yahushua Mashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction.
Everlasting destruction.
From the presence of Elohim.
From the presence of Elohim.
And from the esteem of his power.
Yes, sir.
When he shall come to be glorified in his saints, and to be admired in all them that believe.
Go ahead.
Because our testimony among you was believed in that day. Wherefore also we pray also for you, that our Elohim will count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness.
Go ahead.
And the work of faith with power.
With power. Come on back to Genesis. Now you see how he said he sit back and he'll get him this everlasting destruction. Come on. Get it, Genesis.
And Shem and Japheth took the garment.
Now you know what Shem name mean, right? The name. And Japheth mean what? Open. So the name open. Come on.
And laid it on both their shoulders.
He said they laid this garment on both their shoulders. And then what?
Went backwards.
And went where?
And covered and went backwards. And covered the nakedness of their father.
What you think that means? The name that opened, he descended. And he covered the man, right? Now we're going to show you this twofold way. John 19 and 40, somebody.
Then they took the body of Yahusha and wound it in linen.
Remember, he dead, right? So he rested. And what they did with it?
They wound it in linen.
They covered it. Come on.
With the spices as the manner of the Yahudim.
Go ahead.
Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden. And in the garden, a new sepulchre.
Go ahead.
That was never no man laid.
Yeah.
There laid Yahusha, therefore because of the Yahudim preparation day.
Go ahead.
For the sepulchre was nigh at hand.
So you sit back and look at it. Now you got Joseph of Arimathea, they turned around and covered his nakedness, right? Because he was exposed. They went and covered his sin. He became sin, they went and covered it. Remember, because he became sin when he drank that cup. You looking at Noah becoming sin when he drank that cup because it was Ham who looked upon him, who was hot. I'm mad with it. You know what I'm talking about? But then the name that opened came up and he covers it. Who you think he moved to have him cover that man? The Father did. The name that opened. Yahuwah is the one that opened it up to even open up your heart to even receive this man. Should I say that there? Luke, Acts chapter 16. 16 Come on, read. Revelation 16.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, keep his garment.
Keep his garments. Why?
Lest he walk naked.
And they do what?
And they see his
See,
shame.
like they sit back and look at it. Noah didn't keep his garment, so they Ham seen his shame. So now we turn around and look at it. We got to keep our garment lest he see our shame. Now when you sit back and look at it, some of y'all get all transfixed up and messed all up. And get what? Your shame exposed. Because your sin exposed. Why you think Adam and Eve when they got that fig apron cover that up? My sin is exposed. My shame is exposed. I need a cover. That's when you turn about and look at, he said, well, you'll be cleansed from all unrighteousness by the blood of Mashiach. You got to be covered. You got to be covered by the covenant. You got to be covered by this man. Just like he said, we read in Isaiah, right? He said, I took you and I covered you in my right hand. He said, I covered you in the cloud. You got to be covered. You sit back and look at it, you ain't covered, you in trouble. And you're going to mess around, you're going to walk with your lust, you're going to deal with your lust, you're going to hell. And going to hell for what? You know what I'm saying? Niggas had the most dumb, idiotic reasons for going to hell. Just say I don't want to do it. Just say I don't want to do it. That's all you got to do. I don't want to do it. I want to do what I want to do. I'm going to serve the man how I want to serve him. And perish. That's what backsliding do for you. That's what unbelief do for you. That's what lukewarm servitude do for you. That's what a Gentile mind do for you. It calls you not to endure. It calls you not to stand. It calls you not to keep going. That's what the adversary do. That's how he come in, now you doubting and you wondering and this, that, that, and the third. Whole time, your whole life being stripped from you. We don't even realize it until you lift your eyes up in the place you don't want to be. Because you done allowed your flesh to dictate and dominate your thoughts and your behavior. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's your life. Do what you want to do. Come on.
And when her master saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers.
Drop down to 21. It says, drop down to the lady who we seen by the wall. Look at it, 16 to 22.
And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them.
Live.
Over there. 15 and 14. 16 and 14. 16 and 14.
And a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple of the city of Thyatira, which worshipped Elohim, heard us.
Heard us and what happened?
Whose heart Yahuwah opened.
Who opened it?
Yahuwah.
So Japheth.
That she attended unto the things which were spoken of Paul.
The spirit of the things that Paul spoke. But it's all it's going back to is the name open covenant. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all got to open your heart. That's why he say, can't no man come to the Father, let the Father draw him. See, y'all can open your heart up to the word and he can close it too. And he'll turn around and close it because you got an evil heart of unbelief. You don't actually believe the word saying, so you want to do what you want to do. And you trying to figure out how to serve y'all, do what you want to do in the same breath. You ought to go to hell. You know what I'm talking about? Because you ain't got no faith, you're just half-stepping. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes niggas ain't got no patience just to sit back and let y'all do what it do, hear the word and serve the man. But instead you want to branch off and do what you want to do. Hell is your portion. You know what I'm talking about? This what got Ham in trouble, because in the end, you actually hate Elohim. You didn't actually love him. You were faking the whole time. The man sat back and said, false brethren. False brethren. You know what I'm saying? He said if they was from us, they would have never left from us. That's why he said, I know them that believe and those that believe not. I already know who gonna leave. I already know. You know what I'm talking about? I already know. Come here and sit back and look at where does your heart reside? Where is your mind at? Is your mind in Shamahim or is your mind on the rats? Do you have a spiritual mind or a carnal mind? You sit back and look at it. Shem and Japheth had a spiritual mind. That's why they turned their back and covered the man up. Ham had a carnal mind. He looked on the sin. He was mad with him. He wanted him to die. Come on back to Genesis.
And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what
he did. What? He awoke from what?
From his wine.
From his what?
From his wine.
Come on.
And knew what his younger son.
He already knew what they had done. Look at, he said his younger sons, right? Get me Matthew 20 and 20. Get Genesis 25 and 41. Well, we already know what he said. We already read it in Isaiah 51. He said, awake, awake. So when you see after he done drunk the cup, he awoke from his wine. He done rose from the dead. Oh man, they didn't even catch that. They talking about the resurrection. You realize this whole book talk about this man suffering and affliction. He said, ought not the Mashiach ought to enter into his esteem? Ought he not have to suffer? How you expect you not gonna suffer? You gonna have to suffer something. Something. Did he suffer every minute of every day? No. But he suffered nonetheless. Come on, Matthew 23.
Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And when the 10 heard it, they moved with the indignation against the two brethren.
Moved with indignation against the two brethren.
But Yahushua called them unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them.
Yeah.
But it shall not be so among you. Whoever will be great among you, let him be your minister.
Let him be your minister.
Whoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant.
Let him be your servant.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many.
To give his life. He didn't come to minister, he came to serve. So what Genesis 25 and 41 say?
You wouldn't call me back. You wouldn't call me back.
Or 25 and 21.
And Isaac entreated the Elohim for his wife because she was barren. And the Elohim was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Elohim. And the Elohim said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations are in thy womb.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people shall
And
be
the one
separated
people
from
shall
thy
be
bowels.
stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
Oh boy. Oh boy. He said he knew what his younger sons had done. He said the elder shall serve the younger. What did the younger son do? The younger son killed him. Remember, he just said he came not to be ministered unto, but to minister. The elder got to serve the younger, right?
And also Ham was the younger brother, he had to be serving him too.
Indeed, but the reason why he had to be served, we looking at, he said he knew what after he awoken from his wine, he said he knew what his younger sons had done. We sit back and look at it, Mashiach already knew what these people were going to do before he died. When he done awoken from out of his rest, he done sit back and looked at what his younger sons had done did. That's why he says it's a righteous thing for him to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Because they say, what further need do we have any more witnesses? You hear his blasphemy, kill him, slap him, spit on him, buffet him. You know what I'm talking about? So that's when you sit back and look at it. Mashiach done rose from the dead. He said he know the hearts of all men. He know what you done unto him. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody get me, what we talking about is you killing him. When you committing sin, you killing him. You standing out there saying, crucify him. Nigga sit back and say, I don't want the righteous man, give me a sinner. We want Barabbas. Nigga want a murderer. And you know that sin from Numbers 35. You ain't supposed to ask for no murderer. Come on. Hebrews 6. 6.
And this we will do if Elohim permit.
Yep.
It is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted the Shamayim gift and were made partakers of the Ruach HaKodesh and have tasted the good work of Elohim. The words.
How you gonna take the good word and go back? How you ain't talking about just going back to the world, go back to any sin, period. How you taste the word and go back to go into your flesh? How you taste the word and go from being faithful to doubt? How you taste the word and go back from being disciplined to loose? How do you go from tasting the word and going being wise to stupid? How does that happen? Come on.
And the powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of Elohim afresh, and put him to an open shame.
You put this man to an open shame. We gotta sit back and look at it. Now we know the Father took Mashiach and put him to an open shame. When he put him up there on the stake, he in an open shame. How we turn around and put this man to an open shame? We done sat back and tasted the word, tasted his goodness, and we go backwards and not forward. That cannot happen. Come on, KLD.
Come back later.
If it's a landline, how are you going to not receive?
What verse is it?
Verse 24.
Genesis 9 and 24.
It said Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him.
Go ahead.
And he said, cursed be Cain.
Cursed be Cain.
A servant of servants shall he be.
Y'all know what Canaan name means? Know what it means? It means lowland. Now why would this be? Now he say, cursed be lowland. A servant of servants shall he be. Now why would he sit back exactly? He sit back and he's talking about lowlands, the earth, or flesh. Cursed be the flesh. Somebody give me Romans 8. Stanley, guys. You sit back and realize, boy, you turn around from Mashiach, your name written in the earth, and a servant of servants you gonna be. You could get me John 8 and 30 though. You know what a servant of servants you gonna be? You serve that flesh, you gonna serve sin, you going to hell.
That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us.
It's Romans 8 and 4. Go ahead.
Who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit.
The righteousness of the word gonna be fulfilled. You walk in the ruach and not in your flesh. Come on.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Go ahead.
But they that are after the ruach, the things are the ruach.
So get what? Those that are the flesh, those that continue to want to fulfill their flesh, they gonna mind carnal, earthly things. They enemies of the state. They God is their belly. Come on.
For to be carnally minded is death.
You know that we done went over that before. Why you think he cursed Satan to go about on his belly? Because he mind earthly things, he gonna lick up the dust. Satan is your God. Your God is your belly, you do what you want to do, you fulfill your flesh, Satan is your God. He said to whoever you live your member service to is to whom you obey, whether it be sin unto death or righteousness unto life. It's your choice. Y'all either gonna be your Elohim or Satan gonna be your God. You see, if your God is your belly, that's who you serve. Come on.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Just be spiritually minded is life and peace. Come on.
Because the carnal mind is enemy.
It's enmity, it's hatred. It's going back to Ham, it's hot. That's why Ham looked on his nakedness, he was hot. It's hatred against the law of Elohim. Come on.
I still want to run that shit now, my man. My left. I still want to run that shit now, my man.
Against Elohim, for it is not subject to the law of Elohim, neither indeed can be.
Carnal mind can't obey Yah's law. It's not possible. Come on.
So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Elohim. But you are not in the flesh, but in the spirit.
If you in your flesh, you cannot please God. You're going to have to put that flesh off. Come on.
And so be that the Ruach of Elohim dwell in you.
That's good. What I got to hold? John 8:30. Ain't that something? You wouldn't have got all that out of that story, would you? Praise Him.
As he spoke these words, many believed on him.
Yeah.
Then said Yahushua to those Yahudim which believed on him.
Yeah.
If you continue in my word,
You are my disciples indeed.
you are my disciples indeed.
Go ahead.
And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you
Shall
free.
set you free. Come on.
Then answered, we be Abraham's seed, we were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou you shall be made free?
Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered them, saying, truly, truly, I say unto you,
What he say?
whoever commits sin
Is the servant of sin,
is the servant of sin.
serving the servant.
And the servant abide not in the house forever, but the Son abide forever.
Go ahead.
If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free
The
indeed.
name that opens shall set you free. The open son is to let it go. That's why he say, curse be Canaan. Curse be a sinner. Curse be a carnal man. A servant of servants you shall be. You shall serve sin.
Lizzie.
You shall serve sin. Why? Come on, get me. You already know what I want. Matthew 26, right? Pick me up about verse. Matter of fact, Matthew 27. Pick me up about verse 18. We're gonna wrap it down and get on out of here. We tear the house down. We don't just leave. We gonna keep on going. We don't care who leave or who go. Matthew 27:18. Come on with it, sir.
For he knew that for envy they had delivered him.
Pilate already known for envy, they hatred. That's why they gave him up. That's why Ham looked on his death. He was mad. He envied him. Come on.
When he was sat down in the judgment seat, and his wife sent to him, saying, have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in the dream because of it.
Go ahead.
But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should seek to ask Barabbas.
Ask for who?
Ask Barabbas and destroy him.
I'm gonna listen.
And the governor answered and said to them, whether of the twain will you that I release?
He said, which one would you want?
They said Barabbas.
They wanted a sinner. How you sit back and say, there's a righteous man in your face and you ask for a sinner? Come on.
Pilate said unto them, what shall I do then with this Yahushua who is called the Messiah?
Go ahead.
They all say unto him, let him be crucified.
Let him be crucified.
And the governor said, why?
Why?
What evil have he done?
What did he do?
But they cried out the more, saying, let him be crucified.
And what they say?
Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made. He took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent from the blood of this just
And what did the
person.
people say?
See you to it. Then answered all the people, said, his blood be on us and on our children.
Curse be Canaan. He didn't curse Ham, he cursed his child. He didn't curse Canaan, he cursed his child. You wonder why? Let his blood be on our children's children.
Oh, read something. Numbers 35. Where we at?
Nah, because I don't wait on the part we was going to put. So we say, curse be Canaan. Canaan.
Yeah.
Curse Ham.
Yeah.
Curse Canaan.
He's leading.
Yeah, that's what we just looked at.
First, when
He
they
didn't.
let the blood be
He said, "Let the blood be on our children's children."
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You got to sit back and look at it. He didn't curse Ham. He cursed Canaan. He cursed the lowland. He cursed the carnal-minded people.
Cursing the child.
Come on back to Genesis 9.
Oh, he went here. I couldn't even do it for him.
You went. Oh yeah, you.
Oh yeah, no, I heard that part.
Under the earth.
Come on, Genesis 9. What verse is it?
He said, blessed be.
What verse is it? Genesis 9 and 26.
He said, blessed be Yahuwah Elohim of Shem. Canaan shall be his servant.
He say, blessed be Yahuwah Elohim of Shem. Blessed be the name. Blessed be he that cometh in the name of Yahuwah. He say, Canaan shall be his servant. You know what I'm talking about? All these people got to serve this man. Every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess. Kadeshim Hashem. Come on.
Elohim shall enlarge Japheth.
He shall enlarge he that open. We already read that. He said in Zechariah 9 when we started, right? He'll give him dominion from one end of the earth to the other, from sea to sea. Come on.
And he shall dwell in the tents of Shem.
He shall dwell in the tents of the name. John 14 and 1. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. That's what you sit back and look at. Your desire is to dwell in the name. All this because Noah drunk a cup of wine, and then when he woke up, he done talking about, well, how did he miss the death and resurrection of Mashiach in that? Do y'all not realize that's the death and resurrection of Mashiach right there? Right there in Genesis chapter 9. How did he miss it?
Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in Elohim, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions.
I go to do what?
If it were not so, I would have told you.
Why?
I go to prepare a place.
A place for you, so you can dwell in the tents of the name. Come on.
And if I go prepare a place for you,
I'm going to do what?
I'll come again.
I'll come again
and receive you into myself.
and take you to myself.
That's where I am. You may be also.
Wherever the sun is, you're going to be. If you dwelling in the name, we go back to what we looked at when we said we know the foundation of Elohim standeth sure. Everyone that named the name of Mashiach depart from iniquity. Because he said in every house there's a house full of vessels. Some are the silver and gold and some are the earth. The ones that have been purged are meat for the master's use. They bring no raggedy stuff in my house. How you going to dwell in the tents of the name? Like I told you, some of this stuff would tie in. I just went ahead and separated it. I'm talking about, that's heavy, ain't it though? They miss all that.
Put it down.
I've been holding this for y'all about 2-3 weeks. I've been trying to work this in. And the brother who asked for it ain't that something? Who, Dad? One of the brothers out here? You know what I'm saying? Come on though. What I got you?
2 Corinthians 5.
2 Corinthians 5 and 1.
For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved,
Go ahead.
we have a building of Elohim and a house not made with hands eternal in the heavens.
To dwell in the tents of the name. This ain't made with no hands. Come on.
For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven.
To dwell in the tents of the name.
If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked.
We won't be found naked. What? That we clothed. What was Noah found? We sit back looking at, we seeking to be clothed so we don't be found naked. Because the name that opened came and covered Noah. Who came and rested. So you sit back and look at it, come under ye that lay. Give me Hebrews 4 and 7. The name that opened covered him that rested. When you die to your sins, then guess what Mashiach gonna come do? Cover you. Read that again.
If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked.
We seeking to sit back and look at. Noah was found naked. We seeking that if we clothe, we won't be found naked, meaning our sins won't be exposed. Come on, Troy. Hebrews 4 and 7.
Again, he limit a certain day, saying to Daoud today, after so long a time, as it is said today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts.
See, your whole problem is you're not hearing the man's voice, so your heart get hard. So you don't follow, you don't obey. Come on.
For if Yahushua had given them rest, then would he not afterwards have spoken of another day.
Come on.
There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of
There
Elohim.
remain Noah to the people of Elohim. Come on.
For he that is entered into his rest,
does what?
he also have ceased from his works, as Elohim did from
So
his.
when you rest from your labors, the name that open can cover you. The name that open can cover you. We talked about that last night, about him having the key to open the door that no man can shut, and the key to shut a door that no man can open, right? He opened the pathway to salvation. He said, I am the door. That means he the one that opened to allow you to come through pasture so you can lay down and rest, so you can be covered. But you gotta sit back and look at it. When you seek to do that, you're gonna be hated. You're gonna mess around and you're gonna be cursed. Cursed be Canaan. You're gonna be a servant of servants out here. You ain't careful. Come on. Matter of fact, that's good. Let's finish this Genesis 9, man. It's over. Finish this Genesis. Told out y'all for the word, man. Praise y'all for the word, right? That stuff makes sense for you. I'm talking about. And you know, I had been, you know, look, stand remember, I had said something to you a little bit about this stuff about a month or so ago. But I went ahead and got loose with a dude from Alabama and texted me like, what is your understanding on this? I said, I'm going to go ahead and get loose before you go ahead and tell you the whole thing. No, I ain't tell you the whole thing. I ain't even go through most of none of this.
No, all you did was telling me what man did.
Because I will hold it. Come on, what verse you in Genesis?
Noah lived after 450 years.
Back that up. 26.
Oh, he said, blessed be Elohim of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Go ahead.
Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. And Canaan shall be his servant.
Now you know when he sit back and he say Canaan to be his servant again? Lowland, right? That means he gives grace unto the humble. Those that humble themselves shall be exalted. Those that bring themselves, remember, because he said, remember that I told you that lowly part would come into play. Zechariah 9, remember he told you in Matthew 11, he said, learn of me for I am meek and lowly of heart. Canaan, lowland. You know what I'm talking about? Isaiah tell you the same thing in the 40th chapter, when he say that he'll bring the lowlands and exalt the lowlands. So you sit back and look at, you humble yourself under the mighty hand of Elohim, you shall be the servant of Yahuwah. That's why that go back to what we read in Matthew 20. He said, he that greatest among you, let him be a servant. Let him be a servant. Y'all feel what I'm talking about? See, that's twofold. We rock it two ways. But then guess also what that means when he say he allowed Japheth. Man, he talking about letting the Gentiles in. He talking about letting the Gentiles in right there. Come on, read it. Okay.
All right. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth,
Elohim shall enlarge Japheth.
and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem.
So see, I can look at that. He'll enlarge the Gentile to call them to dwell in the house of their name.
Isaiah 2.
Come on, man. Because you can't deny that Japheth is the Gentiles. That's the Gentiles, ain't it? That's white folk. That's Arab. That's African. That's whoever. He said he will enlarge it to dwell in the name. Ephesians 2 and 17. See, Ephesians 2 and 17. I got to hit. I got to put it on there because somebody might get mad. Tell them right quality control.
And came and preached shalom to you which were afar off, and to them that were not.
So afar off is the Gentile because they in the isles of the sea, right? Come on.
For through him we both have access by one Ruach to the Father.
Yes, sir.
Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners,
No more strange. Because Japheth would be a stranger in the foreign. He said they dwell in the tents of Shem, though.
but fellow citizens with the saints of the Kudashim,
Yes, sir.
and of the household of Elohim.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And are built upon the foundations of the apostles,
Built on that.
the prophets,
The prophets.
Yahushua Hamashiach
Chief
himself
cornerstone.
being the chief cornerstone,
Go ahead.
in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto a Kudash temple in Yahuwah,
Go ahead.
in whom ye are also built together for an habitation of Elohim
Yes, sir.
through the Ruach.
Go ahead. That's it. Oh, right there. Man, that's good, man. Praise ye, y'all, for the word. Y'all